Namaste, Angela here, and today we're going to do a 30-minute full body flow. So we're going to get ourselves started in downward facing dog. So bringing ourselves into our downward facing dog, our hands come underneath our shoulders, we can press into our palms, lift our hips up high, it's like that inverted V shape. Press through the inner edges of our hands, the thumbs and pointer fingers press down. Engage the shoulders onto the upper back. We'll widen across our chest and our collarbone. Our chest draws back towards our thighs, our front ribs hug in towards our body. And then we can find a little bit of free movement here. So we can pedal out our knees. We can inhale up onto our tiptoes a few times. And as we exhale, let our heels settle down towards the earth. We can bring our feet wider, letting our hips swivel side to side, moving through the outer edges of our hips and our iliotibial band. And after a few breaths and finding some free movement, we'll settle back into our full expression of our downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, let's start to walk our hands back towards our feet as we fold out over our legs in our Urdhva Dhanurasana, standing forward fold. Knees can be bent or the legs can be straight here, whatever feels right for you. We can grab hold of opposite elbows and gently rock our upper body side to side. Maybe shaking out some yeses and some nos with our head. Releasing any tension from our neck. Maybe even starting to move our face in some unique ways to kind of liberate ourselves from any pattern that we might be holding in the facial musculature. And then coming back through center. Let's release our hands down. We'll gently bend our right knee forward and tent our right fingertips forward of the right toes. With the inhalation, we'll peel open through the left side body, expanding the left fingertips up towards the sky, coming through a nice twist. Again, a deep inhalation here. And as we exhale, we'll come back through center, straightening out through the right leg. We'll tent the left fingertips now forward of the left toes. Straighten out through the right leg, and as we inhale, peel open through the right side body, expanding the right fingertips up towards the sky. Deep inhalation. And as we exhale, we'll land our right hand back down. With the inhalation, let's glide our hands in the direction of our knees. The crown of our head lengthens forward, our tailbone lengthens back into our half forward fold, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Deep inhalation here. And as we exhale, we'll fold out over our legs, standing forward fold. We'll inhale to crawl our fingertips forward towards the front edge of our mat, coming into our plank pose, the top of our push-up. So the crown of our head lengthens forward, our heels lengthen back, our low belly lifts, strong through the core, long through the back of the neck. 3 deep breaths here through the nose, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and exhale. 1 more deep inhalation. And now with the length of the exhalation, keeping the elbows hugged in towards the sides of the body, we'll slowly lower down onto our belly. Once we land down to the belly, we'll untuck the toes, pressing the tops of the feet down to the ground. We'll bring our hands up towards the top corners of our mat, tenting through the fingertips. And as we inhale, we're going to curl up into this cobra posture with the fingers down. Deep inhalation. And as we exhale, we'll float the front body back down towards the earth. A couple of more wave-like motions here. So as we inhale, let's lift up through the torso, then the chest, then the head. And as we exhale, we'll pulse down, torso, chest, and forehead. 1 more time, just like that. We'll inhale, torso, chest, and head. And as we exhale, we'll settle down, torso, chest, and head. We'll bring our hands underneath our shoulders. Let's press into our tabletop position. From the tabletop position, we'll tuck our toes under, lift our knees, and lift our hips back into our downward facing dog. From the downward facing dog, let's inhale to sweep our left leg up behind us in a 3-legged dog. And we'll exhale here. We'll inhale, draw the left knee towards the left elbow, and we'll move through some squares. So left knee towards the left wrist, the right elbow, the left elbow, the left wrist, the right elbow, the left elbow. And then we'll extend the left leg long behind us. We'll draw the left knee in towards the chest and step the left foot in between the hands. Matching the toe tips with the fingertips here. Right heel stays lifted from the earth. And as we inhale, we'll sweep the arms up and overhead, coming into what's called Ashtachandrasana, or our 8-pointed crescent moon. Squaring the hips, so the left hip crease draws back, the right hip crease lengthens forward, our tailbone tucks, our low belly lifts, our chest lifts, and our shoulders draw onto the upper back. We're going to flow a little bit here, a deep inhalation. And as we exhale, we'll pour the torso out over the left leg as we sweep the arms back behind us. The inhalation lifts us back up, arms reach overhead. And as we exhale, we'll come through the twist. So the right fingertips reach forward, left fingertips reach back. We'll continue like that. So we'll inhale to rise up through center, and we'll exhale to bow forward, sweeping the fingertips behind us. Again, the inhalation lifts us up, and the exhalation twists us out. Right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, diving forward, sweeping the fingertips back. The inhalation lifts us up, and the exhalation twists us. Right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. This time we'll inhale, reach the arms up, and as we exhale, we'll spin the sole of the right foot down to the ground, toes of the right foot, angle towards the long edge of the mat. As we extend the arms out to the sides and shift our gaze out over the left fingertips in our warrior two. Hug the left hip underneath our body, draw our right thigh back, lift through the right inner thigh, draw the navel in and up, the chest lifts, and the shoulders draw onto the upper back. One more deep inhalation here. And as we exhale, we'll cartwheel our hands down either side of that left foot, spin onto the toes of the right foot, and we'll step our left foot back to meet our right in our plank pose. Inhale, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to come forward, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to roll over our feet, landing back in downward facing dog. A couple cleansing breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale, part the lips side out through the mouth. Again, inhaling. Exhale, part the lips side out. One last time, breathing in. And exhaling to let it all go. On the next inhalation, we'll sweep our right leg up behind us, and we'll exhale here. We'll inhale, draw the right knee towards the right elbow. We'll move through a couple squares. So right knee towards the right wrist, the left elbow, the right elbow, the right wrist, the left wrist, the left elbow, the right elbow, and then we'll extend the right leg long behind us. We'll draw the right knee in towards the chest, and with intention, step the right foot in between the hands. Match the toe tips with the fingertips. Left heel stays lifted from the earth, and the inhalation will reach the arms up and overhead into Chandrasana, our 8-pointed crescent moon. Deep inhalation. And as we exhale, settling a little bit deeper here, we're going to flow on this side. So an inhalation lengthens us up. The exhalation pours our torso forward over the right leg as we sweep the arms back behind us. Again, an inhalation reaches the arms up, and the exhalation twists us out. Left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. Again, inhalation lengthens us up. The exhalation pours us forward, fingertips reach back. Again, the inhalation lifts us up, and the exhalation twists us to the right. One last time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach. And we exhale to pour the torso forward. The inhalation lifts us up, and the exhalation twists us to the right. This time, the inhalation lifts us up, and the exhalation spins the sole of the left foot down to the ground as we open the hips, toes of the left foot angle towards the long edge of the mat. Toes of the right foot angle forward as we land ourselves in warrior two, Urdhva Dhanurasana 2. Hug the right hip underneath our body, draw our left thigh back, our tailbone tucks, our low belly lifts, our chest lifts, and our shoulders draw onto the upper back. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation. And as we exhale, we'll cartwheel our hands down either side of that right foot, spin onto the toes of the left foot, and step the right foot back to meet the left plank pose. We'll exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to bring ourselves back into downward facing dog. From the downward facing dog, we'll inhale, sweep our left leg up behind us, and as many or as few movements, left foot lands in between the hands. We'll spin the sole of the right foot down to the ground, toes of the right foot towards the long edge of the mat, and we'll spiral back up, warrior two. We're gonna flow a little bit here. So an inhalation in our warrior two, and as we exhale, we'll bend into the right knee as we glide onto the left heel, hands to prayer for skandasana. And the exhalation will pulse us back, warrior two. Again, we'll inhale, bend the right knee onto the left heel, skandasana. And we'll exhale to land back, virabhadrasana two. One last time, the inhalation, skandasana. And the exhalation, virabhadrasana two. Deep inhalation. We'll exhale, reverse the warrior. Right hand lands backside of the right thigh. Left arm up and over the left ear. Breathing into that space we create in the left side body. Inhaling and exhaling. And now let's keep the upper body as it is. We'll inhale, just straighten out through our left leg, coming into our reverse triangle. Deep inhalation. And as we exhale, we'll reach and extend the left side body out over the left leg. Left hand lands down upon the left leg towards the earth or towards a prop as the right arm reaches up towards the sky in Trikonasana. Leaning the upper body back, maybe shifting our gaze in the direction of the right hand. Breathing in and breathing out. Using our core strength here, we'll inhale to rise back up through center, and we'll exhale to bend into that left knee, warrior two. Deep inhalation, and as we exhale, we'll cartwheel our hands down to either side of the right foot, spin onto the toe or left foot, spin onto the toes of the right foot, and we'll step our right foot forward to meet our left as we fold into ourselves, standing forward fold. From our standing forward fold, feet hips width distance apart, we'll start to bend our knees, and as we inhale, we'll lift our torso from our thighs, bringing the arms up and overhead, landing in Utkatasana, fierce posture. Tailbone tucks, low belly lifts, our chest lifts, and our shoulders draw onto the upper back. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation, and as we exhale, we'll straighten out through our legs as we swan dive out over our legs, standing forward fold. We'll inhale, halfway lift, Urdhva Dhanurasana, and we'll exhale to fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Inhale, walk, step, or hop our feet back to plank. And as we exhale, lower down. Inhale to come forward, cobra, or upward facing dog. And exhale to land back, downward facing dog. From the downward facing dog, we'll inhale, sweep the right leg up behind us. And as many or as few movements, right foot lands in between hands. Spin the sole of the left foot down, right toes point forward, left toes towards the long edge of the mat. And using our left arm here to guide us up into Virabhadrasana 2, warrior two. Deep inhalation. And as we exhale, we'll reverse it out. Left hand lands, back side of the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over, reverse warrior. Breathing in and breathing out. From our reverse warrior, keep the upper body as it is as we straighten out through that right leg. Reverse triangle. Breathing in and breathing out. On the next inhalation, we'll reach and extend the right side body out over the right leg. And then the right hand lands upon the right leg towards the earth or towards a prop as the left arm expands up towards the sky in Trikonasana. Hug the right hip under, draw the left thigh back, firm the low belly, breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation and exhalation here. And then as we inhale, bringing ourselves back up through center. Once we come back through center, let's rotate the toes of the right foot in the same direction as the toes of the left foot. We'll interlace the fingers behind the back, open up across our heart. And as we exhale, fold out over the legs as we reach the arms up and overhead. Coming into Prasrita Padottanasana, standing wide-legged forward fold. And we're welcome to stay right here, or for some of us, we might like to explore an inversion, landing our hands down Maybe the crown of the head comes down, leaning forward, lifting our heels, and seeing about lifting our legs up into our tripod headstand. Again, we won't dwell there too long, and this is just an option. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation. And if we lift it up, as we exhale, we'll land our feet back down towards the earth. If our hands are still bound, we'll release them down. We'll inhale, lift up halfway, and we'll exhale to rotate the toes of the right foot back forward towards the front edge of the mat. The inhalation lifts us up through the torso, warrior two. Deep inhalation and exhalation. On the next inhalation, we'll bend into the left knee as we glide onto the right heel, skandasana. And as we exhale, we'll pulse back, warrior two. Again, we'll inhale, bend into the left knee, glide onto the right heel, skandasana. We'll exhale, pulse back, warrior two. One last time, inhale and exhale. Deep inhalation, and the exhalation cartwheels us down. We'll pivot onto the ball mound of the left foot, step the right foot back to meet the left, either moving through a vinyasa or right into downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, we'll land our knees down towards the earth and glide our hips back towards our heels as our forehead lands down to the ground in child's pose. Reconnect with our breath, reconnect with our intention, and reconnect with ourselves. From our child's pose, we're going to practice dolphin. So we'll grab hold of opposite elbows, keeping the elbows where they are. We'll bring the hands out in front of us. We'll interlace our fingers and draw our palms together. Press the outer edges of the hands down into the earth. We'll lift our torso from the legs, tuck our toes, lift our knees, and lift our hips. And this is our dolphin pose. And we're welcome to stay right here in our dolphin pose, maybe sending our chest back towards our thighs. Or we can move through a couple dolphin push-ups, inhaling as the chin comes forward of the knuckles, and exhaling as the head comes back in between the arms. Again, inhaling, chin comes forward. Exhaling, head comes back. 8 more. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, head back. 7 more. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, head back. 6 more. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, head back. 5 more. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, head back. 4 more. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, head back. 3 more. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, head back. 2 more. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, head back. Last one. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, head back. Inhale, land the knees. And exhale, settle the hips back to the heels, back into our child's pose. All right, from here, we're welcome to stick with our dolphin pose, or we can start to play a little bit with our Shirshasana A, our traditional headstand. So again, you choose here. From our child's pose, we can grab hold of opposite elbows, keeping the elbows where they are, bringing our hands out in front of us, interlacing our fingers and now opening up through our palms. We'll press the outer edges of the hands down into the earth, lift the torso from the legs, bring the very crown of the head down to the ground, back of the head supported by the hands. From here, we can tuck our toes, lift our knees, and lift our hips. Again, we're welcome to stay or start to walk our feet in towards our face. Again, we're welcome to stay right here or start to alternate, bringing one knee into the chest at a time. Eventually, both knees can settle into the chest. Again, we can stay there, or if it feels right for us, maybe see about extending one leg up towards the sky at a time, and then that knee can come down, and then the other leg can lift. And eventually, both legs will lift. We can flex, point, or point through the feet, squeeze the inner thighs together, focus on a point, and breathe. Just a few more breaths, wherever we've landed, breathing in and breathing out. And then when it feels right for us, we can lower down, one leg at a time, bringing ourselves back into our child's pose. And a moment to allow that inversion to integrate, allowing ourselves to again reconnect with ourselves. And then from our child's pose, let's inhale to tabletop position. We'll exhale to downward facing dog. From the downward facing dog, we'll inhale, sweep our left leg behind us, and step our left foot in between our hands. We'll spin the sole of the right foot down to the ground, and now we'll slide our left elbow onto our left thigh, left palm facing up, and the right arm will reach up and over the right ear, right palm facing down, into our extended side angle, Utthita Parasvakonasana. Deep inhalation and exhalation here. Now we'll bring our right hand to our right hip. We'll crawl our left fingertips forward of our left foot, either to the earth or towards a prop. We'll step the right toes towards the left heel, and then straighten out the left leg as we reach the right leg up behind us. Energetically extend through the sole of the right foot, toes of the right foot, the navel and the gaze can spiral open in the same direction, and then we can see about expanding up with the right fingertips. Continuing to create length in the left side body. We're welcome to stay right here, or we can bend our right knee. Right hand can come back to connect with the right foot, and then we can see about kicking the right foot into the right hand for our sugar cane pose, Shavasana. And then if we bound, we'll unbind, extending back out. We'll bend our left knee, and then touch the sole of the right foot back down towards the earth, rising back into Warrior Two. Deep inhalation, and as we exhale, we'll cartwheel our hands down either side of that left foot. Spin onto the toes of the right foot, and let's peel open through the left side body, expanding the left fingertips up towards the sky. Revolve side angle. From the revolve side angle, we'll move into side plank. So we can either land the right knee down or come onto the outer edge of the right foot, stack or stagger the inner edge of the left foot, exaggerate the lift in the hips as we expand the left fingertips up. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation. And as we exhale, lowering our left hand down. We can move through a vinyasa or land in downward facing dog, yogi's choice. From the downward facing dog, we'll inhale, sweep the right leg up behind us, and step the right foot in between the hands. Lower the back heel down to the earth, toes of that left foot, angle towards the long edge of the mat. Now we'll glide the right elbow up onto the right thigh, and the left arm sweeps up and over the left ear into our extended side angle, generating length and space from the outer edge of the left heel through the left fingertips. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation. And as we exhale, left hand lands at that left hip. We'll crawl our right fingertips forward of the right foot, either to the earth or towards the prop. We'll step the left toes towards the right heel, and then straighten out the left leg as we reach the right leg. Straighten out the right leg as we reach the left leg up behind us, coming into half moon. Again, we're welcome to stay right here, or maybe expand the left fingertips up towards the sky. Energetically extending through the sole of the left foot. Again, stay here, or we can bend our left knee. Left hand can come back to connect with that left foot. And then we can see about kicking the left foot into the left hand for our sugar cane pose, Shavasana. And then if we bound, we'll extend back out. Left leg long, left arm long. We'll bend our right knee, and slowly, we'll soften the sole of the left foot back down towards the earth as we rise back to Warrior Two. Deep inhalation here. And as we exhale, cartwheeling our hands down to frame out the right foot. We'll pivot onto the ball mound of the left foot, and we'll peel open through the right side body. Revolved side angle. Breathing in and breathing out. From the revolved side angle, moving into side plank. So either lowering the left knee down or coming onto outer edge of left foot, stack or stagger, inner edge of right foot, exaggerate the lift in the hips, expanding up with the right fingertips. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation. And as we exhale, lowering the right hand down, we can move through a flow or right into downward facing dog. A couple cleansing breaths. Once we land, in downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale, parting the lips, sighing it out through the mouth. Again, inhaling and exhaling. One more time, breathing in and exhaling to let it all go. On the next inhalation, we'll sweep the right leg up behind us. And then we'll send the right knee behind the right wrist. Right toes land a little bit deeper behind the left wrist as we settle into our one-legged king pigeon pose. The left leg will walk behind us in a nice straight line. We can walk our hands back in towards our body. We can always utilize a prop here and glide it underneath the right hip to make the hips a little more square, a little more rooted. We can land our hands forward of the right leg. An inhalation roots our points of contact with the earth. And as we exhale, we can start to fold our torso forward out over the right leg, releasing our forehead to rest at stacked fists, stacked forearms, a prop, or maybe all the way down to the earth. And just gifting ourselves with a few moments here of settling into the sensation. Right? And what's so beautiful about this posture is that we can settle into sensation, but we can also explore what arises beyond sensation, beyond physical sensation. We're still folded into ourselves, so we've been observing what arises in terms of our thoughts and our feelings, allowing ourselves to be present with what is. We're welcome to stay right here in the reclined variation of the posture, where we can start to walk our hands back in towards our body. Again, we can stay right here, or we can start to bend our left knee. Maybe, if we're steady and stable, left hand can come back to connect with our left foot. Again, we can stay right there. Maybe the left foot can work its way into the left elbow crease. We can stay there. Maybe the right arm can come up and overhead in the direction of those left fingertips. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation. And as we exhale, we'll slowly release that left leg down, landing our hands. If we have any prop underneath that right hip, we can slide it out. As we settle the right hip down, we'll slide our left shin over top our right shin, coming into what's called Agni Stambhasana, or our fire log pose. You can always use a prop here between the left knee and the right ankle, or the prop can come forward of that right knee and the left ankle can land there. So whatever feels right for us. And we're gonna flow just a little bit here. So as we inhale, we'll reach our arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, let's settle our left hand over towards the left side. Right arm reaches up and over the right ear. Maybe a gentle bend in the left elbow. And then as we inhale, coming back through center. And as we exhale, landing the right hand over towards the right side. Left arm up and over the left ear. And then as we inhale, coming back up through center, let's bring our hands to prayer. We can bring our left elbow to the inside of the left knee, right elbow to the inside of the right ankle. Create this isometric action, so we're spreading the elbows away from one another, maybe creating some space across the hips and low back. Again, we're welcome to stay right here. Or if it feels right for us, we can let our elbows land forward of the shins, maybe releasing through the back of the neck. Just a moment to pause here. Breathe here. One more deep inhalation and exhalation. And then as we inhale, we'll crawl our fingertips back in towards our body. We'll land our hands behind our hips, unfold our legs, let the soles of the feet come down to the ground. And we can windshield wiper that out a little bit, moving the legs side to side. And then we're going to set ourselves up here for the second side of our one-legged king pigeon. So our left shin is going to come forward towards the front edge of the mat, and the right leg will come behind us. And again, it can take us a little time to get there, so take your time. Remember, you can always prop up that left hip to make our hips a little more stable, a little more grounded. And now the right leg will extend behind us. Breathing in here and rooting through those points of contact with the earth. And then as it feels right for us, we can start to extend our torso forward, out over that left leg, resting our forehead to stacked fists, stacked forearms. We're all the way down to the earth. And just gifting ourselves with a few moments here of surrender, a few moments here to just settle into ourselves, to settle into the sensation, and beyond the sensation, to settle into our thoughts and our feelings, and whatever arises in the present. Breathing in. As we exhale, letting it go. And we're welcome to stay right here in this reclined pigeon, where we can start to walk our hands back and towards our body. We can stay right here. Or maybe we start to bend the right knee, bringing the sole of the right foot in towards our body. Again, we can stay right here, or maybe the right hand comes back to connect with that right foot. And again, we can stay here. If we're steady, stable, maybe the right foot can snuggle into that right elbow crease. Maybe the left arm can come up and overhead to connect with those right fingertips. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep inhalation wherever we've landed. And as we exhale, we'll release that right leg out. If we propped up that left hip, we'll remove any props from underneath. And we'll lower that left hip down. Now sliding the right ankle over top the left knee. And the right knee over top the left ankle as we bring ourselves into our Agni Stambhasana, our fire log pose. Remember, we can always use props here to support us. We'll inhale, reach our arms out to the sides and above our head. And as we exhale, lowering the right hand over towards the right side. Left arm up and over the left ear. And then as we inhale, coming back up through center. And as we exhale, second side, left hand over towards the left side. Right arm up and over the right ear. And then as we inhale, coming back up through center, hands to prayer. And as we exhale, we can settle the hands down. Maybe bringing our elbows. Right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Left elbow to the inside of the left ankle, this isometric action, so kind of spreading through the elbows. Again, an invitation to stay right there, or we can see about bringing the elbows forward of the shins, releasing through the back of the head, breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation and exhalation. And then as we inhale, crawling our fingertips back in towards our body, landing our hands behind our hips, letting the soles of the feet land. And we can windshield wiper that out a little bit, side to side. Let's keep the soles of our feet down to the ground. We'll bring our hands alongside the edges of the body, palms facing up, as we slowly recline down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down to the earth. Once we land here, let's walk the soles of our feet in towards the body, knees point up towards the sky. Hands alongside the edges of the body, palms facing down. We'll press into the soles of the feet, start to lift through our hips, guiding our shoulders underneath our back, coming into Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. And we're welcome to stay right here. We're landing our hands underneath our shoulders, pressing into the soles of our feet, maybe coming to the crown of our head. We can press in through the palms there, lifting the crown of the head from the earth, moving into Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward bow or wheel, breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation. And then we'll start to bend our elbows, tuck our chin in towards our chest as we lower down slowly. Once we land down to the mat, we can hug our knees in towards the chest. We'll cactus arm the arms out to the side, deep inhalation. And as we exhale, lowering both knees over towards the right as we shift our gaze over the left shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. And one more deep inhalation and exhalation. And then as we inhale, knees come back through center. And as we exhale, lowering them over towards the left as we shift our gaze over the right shoulder. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep inhalation and exhalation. And as we inhale, knees come back through center. We'll let the soles of our feet come together, The knees open wide as we land the legs down towards the earth. We'll let the right hand rest at our heart center, our left hand rest at our belly, offering ourselves a moment here. This is where I'll leave you in the practice, feeling free to come into a shavasana for any length of time that you're able to do so. The light in me bows to and honors the light in you. Namaste.